Hey everybody! So I got a question from somebody, me and several other smart folks. Can you give me some resources to read about this in Node? I'm not feeling comfortable with this. And I answered with a video, how does this work in JavaScript, one of my dev tips with Kent a while back. And he said, I think I asked my question wrong. I'm specifically asking how it works in Node because in certain scenarios it's the export object, certain scenarios it's a global, and so it wants to learn about that specifically. So I said that's what I'm going to make the subject of today's dev tip. So let's learn about this. So I'm going to console.log this, and it's going to be an empty object. We can verify that it's module.exports. So that is module exports, but then if we have a function called and whatever, we'll console log in a function this, and then we need to call it function. Then we're going to get this giant object, and that is the global. So we can say global. And yes, indeed, it is the global object. But then if we make a strict function, then we say use strict and console log in strict function this. Then we're going to get, oh wait, gotta call it. Then we're going to get undefined. Okay, so those are the three values of this without using bind and arrow functions, any of that stuff. So let's figure out why. Like I think that this one should make sense, and this one should make sense. If you've watched the video that I referenced earlier, the one that's confusing, and I think the one that the original asker was wondering about, is why is this module exports? And that actually also is related to the same reason that, or like to the same thing as the video that I referenced. It is because the context of the code that's running in here is actually running within a function. So let me save this file really quick. We'll just do example. And now I'm going to pop open my terminal. And we'll cd to, or I'll go to my desktop. And now if I run node example, I'm going to get true. It's exports and then global and undefined. And if I run node inspect break example, then it's going to wait until I pop open the Chrome inspector, which I can do here, open dedicated dev tools for Node. And I think I may have had a video about this. But if I haven't, then this is how you can get to that too, Chrome inspect, and you can click on inspect there. So we can do that. And it's going to open up DevTools for the Node instance. It says debugger attached, and I can see my code inside DevTools, which is pretty super rad. And what's interesting is you see my code right here, but it's actually wrapped inside of a function. And that function is called with exports require module file name and dir name. In case you ever wondered where those things came from, that's where you're getting it. And so it's how this function is called is what makes this be module exports. So if you jump back in the stack, it's actually called a little bit differently when we're running with the inspector. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure exactly how all this works. But if you look at the way that it normally runs when we don't have the inspector, it's going to run with the compiled wrapper. And it calls that. And so the compiled wrapper, sorry, that this function right here, this is the compiled wrapper. And the compiled wrapper is called passing this .exports as this binding. Oh, you're right. My door is not locked. Could you close it? I'm recording something really quick. Oh, thank you. No, not right now. Thanks. Bye. This is the real deal, friends. Those kids are the best. I'd so much rather be interrupted by my kids than a coworker. As much as I love people, I love my kids' people more. Okay, so yeah, the compiled wrapper is called with the this binding being set to this.exports. So like in simple terms, the inspector wrapper I think does something similar, but I can't dive into it for some reason. I'm not sure why. So if we look around for inspector wrapper, it is set to call and pause on start, which I'm not sure where that is. Yeah, and I'm not sure how to even get to that point. So you could dig in further, but the way that it works in normal Node is we just use call. And yeah, that's the reason that this is module.exports. All right, that's it for today. I hope that you're all doing awesome. I will put this in a gist and link that in the description of the video. And I'll see you all around. Have a nice day.